Test, test, test. I'm DM Zone, and this is a Gamer's Oasis. Hey guys, I want to talk real quickly about this hunt and what happened here. Maybe a little bit, or maybe this is one of the things we can talk about in the beginning. This was an extremely skill or profession increased hunt. You'll see as we go along that my little counter on the left hand side where it says you've got a new email or whatever, or new global message or whatever, that happens. That's becoming a thing. For some reason my nose itches. I have no idea why. It's allergies. It's that time of year. Anyways, so yeah, in this hunt I got a lot of those type of stuff, and I've referred to in the past about a skill tax. Skill tax to me is you get a bunch of skills, your profits go down. The variety of what you find goes down. You're not making a lot of skills. You have a higher efficiency. What you find increases, like the I don't want to say diversity, but you start to find some of the more rare stuff, which then has a higher markup just in general. And I think that's very important. Shrapnel's great. As a free-to-play player, I love Shrapnel. Shrapnel means I can go back out and hunt again, which means I get more skills again, which means I get to do this again, which means I get to make another video, which is also very good. And if I don't have any of that, then I sit there and patiently just twiddle my thumbs while I sweat or look for fruit, so I can then get more money to go do more videos and that type of stuff, and it's a vicious cycle. And I know I'm speaking extremely fast on this topic because I have a lot to say. Even though I'm doing so many of these 15 pet hunts, a lot of this is sort of off the cuff and, as I think about things, or the things I've been thinking about at work for the last 5 days, I finally get the chance to say, and we can go from there. So the skill tax. In this hunt, I do get more skills. Maybe. We'll have to actually look at the card to see if my total skills increase, or maybe skills in a very specific area increase, giving me a bunch of proficiency increases in things I don't do. So, as many of you know, I have not picked up anything to do with BLP. Let me grab the little thing real quick. Excuse me while I look off the screen. Try and get my card over here so I can see the exact cards. Oh, sorry for the crappy stuff here. So, one of the crazy things I have going on here is the BLP Sniper. It's at level 4. I get that skill while I'm doing this. I don't use BLP weapons. I certainly don't use BLP rifles. I mean, I may have when I was using training weapons and that type of stuff. But it's not something that I own or that I plan to use. But the good thing is that if I find me a BLP Bukin type weapon, or later on something of that nature, I can then use it, and I will already be skilled up fairly high into it, which will make my co-piloting skills and that type of stuff better. But that's not the only one. For whatever reason, I picked up Grenadier Hit 1. I don't even know exactly what that is. Maybe something to do with vehicles or something of that nature. I'm not 100% sure. Going along with that same type of line of thought, we have the mounted BLP. And we have mounted Grenadier. And for whatever crazy reason, I also picked up one-hand Clubber 3 and Plasma Sniper 4. And two-handed Clubber 3, which is nice because I do actually use the maze hammer, which I've done 15 peds up to this point, and I will be using it again in the future to increase my strength. It's one of the great ways to increase your strength in the game, and that's of importance to me. I've talked about that a couple times. Right now, looking at my strength, 1 second. I have a 200 carry capacity, which is 50 more than what you start with. And sorry for the looking at it. I've got the way my setup is right now. I'm watching my video so I can kind of see what I'm doing in the video and can be able to talk to you while looking at the camera. Also lets me know the length of my video so that I'm not adjusting the speed of my video to what I'm saying, I'm adjusting what I'm saying to the length of the video, if that makes any sense. It's a ease on the editing side of things. All right, anyways, so I have a 200 carry capacity. That gives me 50 more. That is literally a 1/3 increase. So I've increased my carry capacity by 33%. When I get that to a 300 carry capacity, then I've improved my carry capacity by 100%, or really 200% of what it was before. Or yeah, you get the idea. By 100%, or a total of 200% of a starting character. And I think that's probably a good place to stop for a little bit. That's going to allow me to mine and have some freedom and that type of things, and be able to collect things like, dung and whatnot. Which, you get a sizable amount of dung, that can actually mean you have to leave unfound objects, because now you are walking slowly, and that's not a good place for you to be. I'm going to take a sip of my drink real quick here. Okay. So, because I've gained all these skills, and because I've gained all these professions, on this particular hunt, the Minarch gods, I guess you could say, were not exactly kind to me. I don't seem to be picking up the loot I would want to be picking up in a normal scenario. I don't seem to be experiencing a whole lot of the cool stuff. I mean, I do got a tier 1 component, which is nice for when I go level up my armor or my Bukin at some point in time in the future. But I'm not really seeing the big returns on those type of things that I would like to see. I would love to. I mean, some people are like, I'd much prefer to have, find a rare item that has good markup, because a global that has, let's say, 5 ped of shrapnel is, not as important to me. Well, I would gladly take that 5 ped shrapnel, because that brings me 1/3 the way towards a hunt. And frankly, if I got a 5 ped on top of what I normally already find, that might actually mean I could go hunt to hunt to hunt, if I did that once a hunt, which would be pretty awesome. So let me talk about something long term, which is why the more number of hunts I get, the more ped I can get towards hunting is important. So when you first start out, I got that Grenader level 1, hit level 1. Okay, so that's a crazy skill. If that does affect the loot I find and gives me a negative, the sooner I can get that up into a 3 or 4, or maybe it might be 6 months between 4 and 5, then that's 6 months of I don't suffer an item loss because I got Grenadier 5. You know what I'm saying? So right now in this particular one, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different proficiency gains in 115 ped hunt. I think that's why my total amount of items found was down, which obviously this is going to be for a loss. But if I could, the farther you get into the game, the more you do. If you just realize I just picked up some stone right there, this place is pretty good for stone. Well, not necessarily just for stone. For found objects, this basin, mountain area is pretty good, I've found. Anyways, so that's a little nugget in the middle of all of this. If you happen to watch my full length of my video, the few of you that might, then you'll be able to know this is one of the places I like to go to collect stone and fruit and that type of thing. Anyways, so the farther the profession jumps happen, maybe that would mean the longer you're there, the more money you're making. I'm getting ready to do a video on sweating, take 2 on sweating, and I was thinking about the same type of thing where Minarch provides you an opportunity, but they don't make it easy. The difficulty is that your sweating apparatus that gathers the sweat is skill level 100. So when you're sitting there at skill level 1, you have a significant amount more of misses compared to the actual thing. And I don't know how many times it attacks in a minute, but let's just say, I want to say it's like every 4 seconds. So let's just say that that is, would that be 15 times a minute? So let's say that you're able to get an average of 2.5 sweat every time you did it. So 2.5 times 15 would be 30 plus half again would be 45. Yes, 45 sweat a minute. 45 sweat a minute. 10 minutes means you got 450 sweat, which is almost half. So basically every 22 minutes, essentially 22 and a half minutes, a little less than that. We'll go 23 minutes because you might have some misses even at max skill. They might evade it or whatever. Every 23 minutes or over twice an hour, you could get 1,000 sweat. When you're able to get over 1,000 sweat in less than a half hour, the sweat gain becomes a very different thing. And I would guarantee you there are people that have over 100 skill in sweat gather and are doing that. So even if you did get 1.2 ped, you know, that's still over 2 ped an hour of earned. So sitting down for 10 hours really could be, you know, it could be a lot. I mean, that right there, if you sold 10 sweat at 1.2, that ends up being, what is that, 12 ped? So yeah, 12 ped, you know, for 5 hours worth of work. That's it's not quite, you know, want to retire type of thing, but you know that could certainly pay for a lot of activities. So anyways, that's sort of where the skill goes. It's not designed in the beginning to be super easy or for you to have the opportunity to find this rare loot. They want you to have to make purchases on the auction house to do this, if that makes sense. So new players, they all have the same things in common. They have no skill or not enough skill, but they're gaining skill. They have different directions they want to go. There's a lot of options, so they kind of pick a little from column A and a little from column B, and they want to do this and they want to do that, and they heard about this over here. They don't like that, so they're not going to do that no more, and they want to go over here and tame this animal and that type of stuff. So they're all spending money, but they don't have money. So you get them to deposit, and then that gets them into the depositing portion of the game, and they continue this for longer, making Mind Arc money because they're gaining all these things, but they're not really focusing on any one specific area, which is why I am trying to focus on hunting, and I'm going to be doing my stuff to at least get through Disciple so I can get that armor and get that completion, and then maybe work towards actually mentoring my own people someday in the future. Anyways, guys, if you liked this video, or if you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe. Let's do a big like spike on this so that I can maybe see if that affects the algorithm. And if you want to see more content like this, just let me know down below. If you want me to kind of put all my test videos into one group so that they're all together and it's not me talking a whole bunch throughout the time, or maybe make this into a smaller thing, or less videos but longer videos, let me know that down below. As you can see here, I got my skills going by. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested in what you guys have to say. Thank you, and I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day and keep earning that pet.